So today we have in the shop this 2024 Toyota Tacoma. We're gonna do a front distance sensor or front radar calibration. Alex is gonna start by setting up the clamps in the back.
Already set up.
And we're gonna show what it takes to calibrate this front radar. Remember that if you're interested on ADAS calibrations, there's a lot of videos in the channel that you can go and watch with some tips, some tricks on how to perform these calibrations. We show the equipment needed. We basically work with these two frames. This one right here, the IA700, and that one right there, which is the first frame that we got back in 2019 or 20, I guess. It was a pre-pandemic purchase. Don't go into that door. There's no stupid people going there. Look at that. Yeah. So yeah. Alex is gonna get going with the calibration. We are based in the Bay Area in California. If you ever need any calibration for a camera or a front radar, remember to call that name. Not that name. Call that number 650-789-0038. We'll be happy to assist you with anything that we can. So we're gonna get started. It's a 24 Toyota Tacoma. We're gonna perform the calibration for the front radar. We're gonna identify the vehicle. Turn its ignition on?
Yeah, it is on.
Okay, ignition's on. Para la gente que habla español, vamos a trabajar en esta 2024 Toyota Tacoma. Vamos a hacer la calibración del sensor delantero, del radar delantero, que sirve para el Adaptive Cruise Control, para el Forward Collision Mitigation y todas las funciones que tiene que ver con el ADAS. Estamos ubicados en el área de la Bahía, en California, aquí en la península, en la ciudad de Redwood City. Teléfono 650-789-0038. Si están interesados en calibraciones de ADAS, si están interesados en hacerlas ustedes, aquí hablamos de la herramienta que se ocupa, los frames que ocupamos aquí, algunos tips, algunos trucos que ahí hemos aprendido en los últimos 5 años que llevamos haciendo este trabajo. Y los invitamos a que se suscriban al canal si quieren tener updates de los videos que subimos. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get updated on the videos that we upload. And we're going to get going with this calibration. We have identified the vehicle, right?
Ya, ya aquí ya está listo. Aquí ya me está pidiendo, tenemos dos opciones de hacer calibración, si la queremos hacer estática o dinámica.
So we have two options to perform this calibration. One is static and the other one's dynamic. ¿Cuál es la diferencia?
Pues la estática y la dinámica. La estática es que la tienes que hacer aquí dentro pues ir dentro del taller o en un estado, en una parte donde esté la camioneta estacionada, o dinámica la puedes hacer manejando.
All right, so static calibration, it's what we're going to do right here. We're going to set the reflector in front of the vehicle, and we do it indoors. That's a static calibration. Dynamic calibration, you command it with the scanner, and then you take the vehicle for a test drive. And all you got to do is observe some certain conditions, driving conditions that you got to drive under, and it'll perform the calibration on its own if it's properly aligned. I mean, if there is an issue with the radar, it will not pass a calibration. So sometimes it is required to do a static calibration, because with the static calibration, you get a report of the angle deviation, so it'll tell you which way the radar is misaligned. And the dynamic, most of the time, it only tells you that it didn't pass or that there is a problem. So para la estática a veces es más recomendable porque nos da control por saber cuál es la desviación del ángulo del radar. Y se puede corregir aquí en el taller, ¿verdad? Los que tienen ajustes se pueden ajustar. Hay unos que no tienen ajuste y ahí es cuando nos damos cuenta que hay algo que está mal armado o algo que está doblado o algo que está desoldado, está suelto. So ahí hay oportunidad de verificar eso. Y la dinámica cuando se hace simplemente nos da un reporte diciendo que la calibración falló. So vamos a continuar. That picture that you have on that screen, that's for the laser. You've seen us use that tool in the past. That's just a laser that will draw a line on the floor. It will project a line on the floor to mark the position that we're gonna acquire with this tool.
Ya me los enseño. Lo voy a enseñar la herramienta nomás. Ya la habían mirado antes, pero es una vez
Okay,
más
Alex, you're gonna show us what it
Esta
does.
es la herramienta que pueden ver en el suelo, márcala.
All right, hold on.
No sé si alcanzan a ver.
Right
ahí.
there. So what it does, it just projects that line onto the floor, and since it's mounted on the frame itself, it'll just it's going to be used to indicate a position. Okay, so that's what we use it for. So esa herramienta va a ser utilizada para indicar una posición en el piso, y para eso la ocupamos. So those tools, those steps are the ones that we follow when we calibrate these components, either a front camera or a front radar or BSM, BSI, blind spot module, or a BSI, it's a blind spot indicator. Okay, we're going to continue with this. Okay, right now what Alex is trying to do is trying to link the frame with the scanner. Okay, lo que está haciendo Alex está encadenando el scanner con el frame. Okay, and we did. So right now what he's going to do is he's going to position that measuring device in the front of the vehicle, so the frame will know how far away it is from the vehicle itself. So lo que está poniendo, nomás poniendo ahí el aparato para medir, para que el frame sepa qué tan lejos está del vehículo. Based on that measurement, that scanner is going to tell us where to position the frame. Not only the distance, but the offset left or right in reference to the center of the vehicle. So we're just going to go back a little bit more. So once we get to a certain spot where the distance has been acquired, we usually set the brakes, and then we set the angle and the offset. And let me take a look, hold on. So this is what we have, okay? All of them in green. The distance is 12 millimeters off. But we're just gonna do it like that. I mean, if it's in green, it's because wanna push it? Wanna get closer a little bit? So we're actually gonna try to get it as close to zero, as close to the indicated distance. It doesn't make a big of a difference. It's just 12 millimeters. It's about that's about a half an inch off. Like I've told you before, I mean, we try to get as close as we can. Not only on the green. On the green, it's acceptable. It's within specs, but we always try to get as close as we can to the requirement. So lo ponemos siempre en el verde, pero mientras esté en el verde está dentro de la especificación, pero siempre tratamos de dejarlo en cero y lo más cerca que se pueda. A veces hay alguna variación ahí milimétrica, como en esta ocasión está ahí en -1 y en 1 en el offset, pero no, ni siquiera eso, no es 0.1 en el ángulo y -1 grado en el offset, pero dentro de la especificación. Okay, and now it's calling for what?
Que posicione el radar de 2 líneas, o ya está puesto y voy a marcarla.
Okay, so what we actually going to do right now, hold on, let me go around. So Alex is going to mark that position right there. Okay, and that's because once we acquire this position with the frame, we're going to move it out of the way, and then we're going to use that mark on the floor to set the reflector. And the reflector is that thing over there next to the door. You'll see it in a second. Again, all this is required when you replace that front radar or when you remove it from its position, like for any reason. The books say that you have to do it even when you disconnect it. I don't think that disconnecting it will change the actual placement of the sensor itself, but that's what it says, all right? And you gotta go by the book, you gotta do it. I mean, I don't think it'll affect the operation of it just by disconnecting it and connecting it back in place. But we don't question them, we just follow directions. So what Alex is gonna do right now is just gonna use that mark on the floor to position the reflector. Once he puts that into the mark, he's gonna raise the reflector up and turn the laser on, so it'll let me see, what is it?
It's right here. En alguno de los carros viene atrás del emblema.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking it was behind the emblem. It's
No.
not. It's at the bottom on that screen right there. So can you turn on the laser?
Yeah.
So we can show that it's in the middle, right there. Okay, so as you can see, that laser, it's shining in the center of it. Okay, and that's the position of it. Do you check the levels?
Yeah.
At the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do, you level it up and make sure that it's level on the floor and projecting that laser to the center of the radar. That will get us that center position. So la manera que lo hacemos, ponemos la placa allí y luego prendemos el laser, lo apuntamos a la mitad del radar y nivelamos los niveles en la parte de la plataforma de ahí del radar. So once we have done that, now we're going to proceed with the alignment. So we've done that already. I'm going to click OK. We've done that already. And that too. And turn on the ignition and turn on the adaptive cruise control system. That's been done already. Ensure there is no bulk metal. There is nothing. Ensure there is at least 200 millimeters between the millimeter wave radar sensor and technicians. Yes, we have more than that. So we're going to click OK. If you can hear that beeping from the vehicle, that's because it entered calibration mode. So eso que escuchaban en el carro es porque entró en modalidad de calibración. And as I was telling you before, when we do these in the shop, we get to correct anything that is off. This is the report that we get once we command this calibration statically. We're going to take a screenshot. Can you take a screenshot? We're going to take a screenshot of it so we can keep it on our records, or show it to the customer. This is how you calibrate this radar for all the different purposes that needs to be calibrated, okay? Being this removal, brand new unit installation, or for any codes that have been said of misalignment, or because someone attempted to calibrate it without the target, you'll get some codes. So for any reason that you have to do this calibration, this is the way we do it. This is by following the instructions on this setup, this tool, which is from Autel, along with the frame and all the accessories. That's the way they have designed it. There's another way to do it by following manufacturer authorized, original equipment and tools. It's a different process. You have to mark the floor. You do some lines. At the end of the day, you end up with the same specification. You gotta position a reflector in front of the vehicle, and we'll get into that at a later video whenever we decide to launch any kind of training about these processes, these procedures that we do. So follow along with us on the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you wanna if you wanna get updates about the videos that we do and the work that we perform. Remember, we do ADAS, ADAS calibrations, electrical troubleshooting, programming, and electronics repair. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.